Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I had visions of this Shabbat and what it would look like with our youth and teen choir, with our birthdays, with our stories, with our celebrations, with so many smachot, so many joyous events that are happening. And instead we stand not only celebrating, which we will do, but we stand in a moment unknown. We stand in pain and loss. We stand in unspeakable atrocity as we reflect on this week. And we stand with our beautiful family in Israel. And instead of starting with pain, I want to say this. There's a phrase in our tradition where it says, "B'makom she'en anashim lehishtadel lehiot ish," which means in a place where there is no humanity, strive to be human. B'makom she'en adam anashim lehishtadel lehiot ish. When a place where there is no humanity, we strive to be human. This week, as we enter Shabbat, so many stories of people taking care of one another. So many. 4,600 people coming together on Tuesday evening in San Diego, in Vigil. A man standing at an El Al counter at JFK Airport with his wallet open, waiting for those who are called to service to say, "Come forward, I'm buying your ticket." When a minyan and 10 people are needed to pray, to say Kaddish for someone's child, 10,000 show up. Planes being loaded with equipment, letters and cards being made by our school. We have the capacity to strive to be human when sometimes the world feels inhumane. And this is how we work here. This is the sacred service, by coming together, by being in community, by loving and supporting and being with one another. These are the moments that we strive for. B'makom, in this moment. We don't lessen our pain. We hold the pain at the same time that we are of service to one another. That's how we enter into this moment, into this Shabbat. A Shabbat that is hard and tough, and still we light our candles. We say our blessings. We move through life. We continue together. I'd like to call upon tomorrow's Bar Mitzvah, Levi Lipton and his family, as they come and bring some light into our sanctuary, into our community this evening. I invite you to join us in the Bima. I'm going to invite you to do something. We always say, turn to someone, say Shabbat Shalom, welcome each other. I really want you to take a few moments to really turn to someone, to really welcome them, to welcome one another. If you're comfortable, give them a hug. You may not even know them. Say hello. Share something about yourself. Take a moment. Those online, share your greetings in the chat as we welcome you. We'll work. If I can invite everybody to come back together for a moment. As we have a message from Israel that we'd like to share this evening.
Arki, it's Erev Shabbos, right before Shabbat. Truth is that normally on a Kabbalat Shabbat, I'd be jumping and dancing and singing and bringing in Shabbat with so much simcha. And because of the missions that we have to do, we're probably not going to be able to daven this Friday night. So I have a request from you, Am Yisrael. Okay, you ready? I want you to rock the house this Kabbalat Shabbat. I won't be able to daven. So many of the soldiers aren't going to be able to daven. If you don't usually go to shul this Friday night, Kabbalat Shabbat, this is the week. If you don't usually sing in your shul, this is the week. If you don't usually dance, this is the week. Do it for us. We are not going to be singing and dancing, or at least I'm probably not going to be. I need you to do it for me. I want the buildings of the shuls shaking. We need to show the world they're not breaking us down. They're not breaking our simcha. They're not breaking our Shabbos. They're not breaking us in any way.
We begin Kabbalat Shabbat, page 14.
Shalom Aleichem, page 24. Okay, so la la la, perfect Acceptable words. If you don't know a single word on the page, la 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 with us.
Shalom Aleichem, Malchei Hasharei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei Halavi, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malchei Hasharei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei Halavi, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Bohem Shalom, Malchei Hashalom, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei Halavi, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malchei Hasharei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei Halavi, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Shalom, Malchei Hashalom, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei Halavi, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malchei Hasharei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei Halavi, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Seitem Shalom, Malchei Hashalom, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei Halavi, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malchei Hasharei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei Halavi, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malchei Hashalom, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei Halavi, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu.
We welcome Shabbat, the Chadodi, page 22. call each other to prayer, Baruch Hu, page 146. Try with us. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Orei Yom Halayla, page 149.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai
And we would like to invite our bar mitzvah for tomorrow, Levi Lipton, to lead us in the Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אלוהים מצווך היום לבביך.
ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשיטתך בביתך, ולבדך בדרך, ושופך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אמת.
Our Micha Mocha prayer, our prayer of hope, our prayer of redemption. Page 153.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומנו.
Shamru, page 154.
Shamayim v'ta'aret v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat b'torot ha-Torah v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat b'torot וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת
In a moment, we'll be called to prayer, and we'll invite you to rise if you're able. In those moments, we're going to offer our official call to prayer together, and then we'll invite you to pray your own silent prayer using the meditation, the guidance of our Siddur, of our prayer books, those rhythms in your hearts that you may be feeling at this moment. And when you finish, we'll come together, and we continue with the Amida, page 155. I invite you to please rise.
La 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 la.
silently. we take a moment to pause, to think of those in need of refuat nefesh, refuat gufa, recovery of mind, of body, of spirit. So many we're thinking of at this time. Our congregational community is especially thinking of Linda Backrack, Lauren Berman, Sandy Berman, Debbie Karnick, Ben Chibe, Warren Dean, Caleb Dressen, Walter Ephraim Price, Helen Flaster, Sandy Flaster, Larry Friesen, Denise Garrick, Anita Hosenpud, Ruth Jordan, Richard Kitson, Betty Kornreich, David Kroll, Leah Bat Maita Benacham, Marshall J. Lewis, Mike Lynn, Marsha Lubick, Jim McIndoe, Lisa Nelson, Laura Norton, Michael Powell, Sharon Resnick, Reuven Batsitya Yaakov, Sharon Ritter, Linda Ratzkoff, Galina Rubelchenko, Rosa Santiago, Sophia Chaya Schenkler, Jenny Snitzer, Rhonda Schwartz, Bernice Siklik, Ned Silver, Natan Ben Yehuda, Christopher Smith, Marilyn Thompson, John Clayton Uri, Kathy Weil, Eileen Wingard, Alan J. Wolf, Sandy Wolf, Silka Bat Yaakov Pesha, Yaakov Yosef Ben Zohara, Susan Zell, Zelik Ben Yosef Umasha, and Erez, our former Shinshin, who is making his way at this moment to his area of deployment. I invite you, as I meet our congregation this evening, if there's a name or names you'd like to share, I invite you to share them as I go around our kahal. So we take a moment to join for a prayer of healing, a prayer of Mishaberach. Page 253.
think you'll agree with me that the sound of young people singing brings great healing. So I just want to share a little story. My cousin Moshe was born in a little town in Poland that turned into Russia, that turned into Belarus, and I think it's still named Cerniki. And as a kid, he loved to build things. He made chairs, cabinets, did woodworking. Had he had the education, it's likely he would have been an architect. My great-grandmother's house, every Saturday night as Shabbat was ending, was a special time. The house was very little and too little for a lot of people, so all the family that lived in the area brought their chairs, the ones that he made, and put them around the house, and they opened all the windows and sang. It was called the Malava Malka. It was to make Shabbat longer and longer. They had a meal, they sang and sang and sang, and then finally, at some point, they did Havdalah. Around 1932, he left his home with other of our cousins, walked to Cyprus, took a boat, and landed in Israel. In 1933, he helped found a moshav, Kfar Sirkin, and he set up there his life as a carpenter, and sort of a kind of an architect. He helped build homes, his own and his friends' homes, and in the end, he built the Kfar synagogue. He had a couple of orchards and a carpentry shop. He loved the synagogue. He didn't want to go inside. Wasn't really a believer of sorts, but he wanted to hear the shofar. So every year, he went to the synagogue to stand outside, to admire the building, and listen to the sound of the beginning of the new year. He loved that part of his life. He loved being the architect, both of the village and of the synagogue. And this Shabbat, tomorrow, we are doing just what he loved. We are starting the year. We are beginning our Torah. And we will read about the architect of the world in the story of creation. God built this world, heavens and earth, and a beautiful part of that creation is the land of Israel. Moshe helped in the creation of the new state, and he loved what he helped create and began. And like I said, although he didn't really believe in God, he certainly was God's partner. And we are going to be Moshe's partner and help to continue that beautiful state as we can that he helped create, the state of Israel.
We have an opportunity in a few moments to hear from someone whose life is in Israel and who is here on Chofesh, on vacation, and a little bit of work, and with his family. Someone who has dedicated his life to finding and helping people make better versions of themselves. And as you can imagine, on his vacation, the war broke out, and so he's here. And we'll see how long. And I felt it was an opportunity for us to have a few moments, a few minutes during our service this evening to hear from someone who's living in Israel right now, who happens to be here, to give us their own thoughts, their own insights, and hope. So the Traeger family approached to say that their dear friend Benny was here, and Benny is the proud husband of Orly and the father to 7-year-old Daria and 4-year-old Corin. He owns Let Travel, and they create wonderful travel educational experiences. He's co-founded ecological hotels in several areas around the world. And we are so delighted that he's here with us this evening to share a few words. So I'd like to call upon Benny to join us on the Bima this evening. and to hear your words.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
Thank
Shalom.
you. Thank you for having us here together with my family. My name is Benny, and I found myself here, but we're on Friday. And on Friday, on Shabbat, there is one special moment that is happening, and every Jewish soul getting another soul as a present. And in this Shabbat, I want to use that soul and talk about hope, okay? Because I'm sure that you are from San Diego, and the partnership region and city of San Diego community is really in the core of the events that occur. So I'm gonna tell you a story about an 8-year-old boy. Do we have 8 years old here? Anyone? Yeah? 8, 9 is also good, 7. Okay? I also want to ask about a 12 years old girl or boy. Also we have? Yes? Oh, I see. Perfect. Wonderful. So I'm going to tell you a story about a hope that connects to my family. The boy, his name is Binyamin, is Benjamin. I was born in USSR, and in 1989, we left USSR and we went to Israel. And the place that the heart of the Jewish people is always looking up to. But at that time, you couldn't just fly to Israel. You really needed to take your suitcases to the airport about 24 hours before. Now, each family, and I'm now trying to connect it and to think about it, how my parents that were in their 30s, beginning of their 30s, needed to pack all their life into one suitcase per person. Now, I tell you the secret that we have 2 parents, right? We have me, that I was 8 and a half, and we had our baby brother, his name is Moshe, and he didn't get a place because he was only under 1, so we kind of took over his suitcase. But I went with my dad to send the suitcases. One other fact that is very important, that you could take out in 1989 $100 per person. That's it. One suitcase, $100, living your life, try to think about that. And I'm arriving with my dad to the customs in the airport, and the customs Russian guy, really, really nasty, really, really bad, stands there and says, "Open the suitcase." And, I'm standing there, I'm 8 years old, my dad is opening the suitcase. I saw my mom packing it, unpacking it, packing it, unpacking it for probably 2 months. Okay, he's taking everything brutally, and he arrives to something that is wrapped in newspaper. And he's opening it, and there is a little Kaddish cup. He looks at the back of the Kaddish cup, and it was made out of silver, and it has a stamp. It used to belong to the grandfather, so it was from the 1800s. He looked in my father's face and says, "Sir, this is an antique. You cannot take it out of Russia." And I remember as an 8 years old, I'm looking on my father, that was the whole world for me. He was big shoulders. He was #1 in USSR in single kayak, so you can imagine his shoulders. And I saw his face, and he took his passport. And I don't know how many of your kids get to see your father doing something illegal. I hope not. But my dad taking out $100 and putting it into the passport. And he gives the custom person and says, take another look. And he's opening it, and he's taking $100, and he's putting it in his pocket, the customs guy, and he looks on my dad and he says, "Sir, this is an antique. You cannot take it out of USSR. Please leave it here, leave it with your family." And then I will never forget, as an 8-year-old boy, when I looked on my dad, and I want you to understand, especially the kids, if you understand math, we had $400, and now we have $300. And now my dad, he had this most serious face that I ever saw in my life, and I didn't realize it until today or later on in my life. What does it mean? Probably until I had kids is when I realized that. But he's taking another $100 and he's putting it in his passport. He's giving it to the custom guy, and the custom guy opening it, and he's taking the $100 and he's closing the passport and giving it to my dad. He is throwing everything inside, not like my mom did, was not very well organized. And he's sealing it and writing his name. And that's a memory of 8 years old. I'm going to use the time machine now to go a little bit forward. Are you ready for that? Everybody see this red button? Yeah? It's the time. If you don't, only smart people can see it. Do you see the red button? Okay, so I'm going to press that and we're going to go back in time. But actually, we're going to go forward for this 8-year-old boy. When I finished the army, I was working for the Jewish agency in summer camps in Ukraine. And I went to visit my father's brother, or half a brother, because their mother married twice, because her husband died. And he asked me, "Did you visit your grandmother's tomb?" And I'm like, "No, you should go with Grandma Maya." Savta Maya. Grandma Maya is, she's not Jewish, she's not really my grandmother, but she was very close to my grandmother, Shura. And we going together, and she asked me, "Did your dad ever told you the story of your grandmother?" And I said, "No." So she said, "When you meet him, slap him really, really well." But that's a different story. But he really, she said, "My family and your family, your grandmother's family, were very good friends. So your grandma and me, we always used to go to our summer house together outside of Kiev. And in the Second World War, they were in the summer house. And when they came back to the train station, they didn't know that the Nazis arrived to Kiev and marched all the community to Babi Yar. But they separated. She was 12 years old. She was almost 12. She didn't even have a bat mitzvah. So she went back home. They said goodbye because nobody knew. They just came back to Kiev from outside. And when she arrived, she saw the entire house is locked with wood. And, you know, the famous Nazi emblems. She was very smart. I don't know how, but she hid it between the dumpsters. And she, when the dark went down and it was dark outside, she went to the window and she broke the window and she jumped in. And she went to her parents' bedroom and she opened the jewelry box. And she took her 3 things. One is her mother's golden earrings with a pearl. She took a picture of the family. She went out to the living room, to the china closet, and she took out a Kiddush cup, a little Kiddush cup. And she ran really quickly, and she arrived to the house of the family of Maya that was not Jewish, and they opened the door. They were worried. But they opened the door. She came in and they said, we're tomorrow leaving back to the countryside house. And you're not Maya. You're not Shura anymore. You're the sister of Maya, like everybody know you. And we're going to move there out. And they moved out. And it was wartime, and it was very hard. So the family didn't have what to eat. And she brought out from her hiding spot the golden earrings, and she gave it to the father of Maya and said, go and sell it so we have something to eat. He goes and sell it. She never took out the Kiddush cup. Again, we're going to use the time machine again, because 10 years ago, and like we're in Israel, in a forest called the Kola Forest, and I'm getting married to this beautiful girl. She's here. Her name is Orly. And we're standing under the chuppah holding this Kiddush cup. And I asked Maya when I was 20 years old, straight away out of the army service, I asked her why you didn't give up the Kiddush cup. She said, because that's a moment that I remember as our family coming together, exactly like you are now coming together as a community. Together, standing together, is the memory of the entire family. The golden earrings was only a family of her mother. So we're getting married on what used to be a battlefield in the Independence Day, outside in a forest called Kola. And today we have two beautiful kids. And we're here, hugged, really hugged by a family from your community that took us in. The heart is in many ways there. But we have hope, and I want to tell you that I have no worries about the existing of our country. But I do want us to think about hope, and I want you to create hope. How we create hope in a situation like this? You know, sometimes it's just coming together and singing. And I love the soldier that was saying that today we really need to sing and be together and hug each other and support each other. But I think creating hope, I have one lady, her name is Yochevet, that described it in the most beautiful way. Yochevet is, how many of you have been to Israel? All right, yes. So first of all, she lives outside of Machne Yehuda market. And I know that all of you been to Machne Yehuda market if you've been to Israel, and if you didn't been to Israel, you should go. And she's the one lady that if you ever went to Nachlaot, this little neighborhood, and you went to see the different synagogues, there are beautiful synagogues, she's the lady that comes out and she screams on all the tourists and their tour guides. And in the Second Lebanon War in 2006, I went to Yochevet home and I knocked on her door and asked her what she misses the most. And she said, I miss those tourists that's sitting outside and screaming, and the guides that are explaining in front of my house. I said, why? She says, because I feel normal. So, you know, today we're creating aid and hope, and we're coming together and we're supporting Israel. You want really to support Israel? You've been to Israel? Go again. Create normality. Start planning. You don't know for when, but start planning, because, you know, I was sitting to see my team, and the one thing they're missing is what they love to do most, is to create, you know, educational programs, the love to Israel, share it. But it's exactly for Yochevet and for Shaul that is running on every single morning and love to have conversations with runners on the beach of Tel Aviv, that a lot of people, maybe if you're a runner, you know him. So try to think about what it is to create normality and hope, because I'm telling you, we're not going anywhere. And I have only one passport. So I'm happy and proud to be here and enjoy and be loved and hugged by your community. It's hard time, but really think about how you create hope to yourself, to your kids that are amazing. I have to say, you've been singing unbelievably, like really unbelievably. We love it. So toda rabah and Shabbat Shalom. So use that soul that we got today as an extra soul, and create those hope moments for yourself, for your families, because Am Israel Chai. Toda rabah.
Toda lecha, Benny. Thank you so much for giving us tikva of hope and beauty and wonder and possibility. Benny is going to be at the Oneg Shabbat, and if any of you would like to talk to him, he has made himself available, so hopefully you'll be able to connect with him and have an opportunity. So thank you, and you are part of our family. I'd like to call upon one of our board members, Allison Prager, to make some announcements.
Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Erev Shabbat family service. It's been a long, hard week for all of us, and gathering together tonight as a community, it gives me strength and hope. So, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Congratulations to Levi Lipton, who will become a bar mitzvah tomorrow. His family, his parents, Lisa and Bobby, and his brother Isaac, Mazel Tov. We invite everyone to join us in the Activity Center for Torah study at 9 a.m. tomorrow. It is going to be led by Rabbi Navarez. Rabbi Gobart, I was given bad information. Our weekly Shabbat Minyan service is at 10:30, immediately following that in the chapel. Thank you to our men's club and our women of Beth Israel for ushering tonight. Any additional information you need on our programming, and we have a lot of it, please visit our website at cbisda.org. Or if you're looking to give support for Israel or want updates on what is going on in Israel today, I encourage everybody, I was on there last night, to visit jewishinsandiego.org. I leave you tonight with a Leonard Cohen quote that impacted me this week. I greet you from the other side of sorrow and despair, with a love so vast and shattered, it will reach us everywhere. Shabbat Shalom.
We need the microphone. A prayer for the state of Israel.
Protector and Redeemer of Israel. Bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shielded beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Those who come regularly at the second Friday of every month know that this is an opportunity for us to celebrate those individuals who celebrate birthdays in that particular month. So no matter what age or stage you are in your journey around the sun and how many times you've made it, we invite you to come up. If your birthday was in the month of October or is in the month of October, come on up. Because you deserve a Beth Israel pen. They're running out. They're collector's items. They're going to be. No question. And what I hope is that when you share your name and how old you are turning or have turned, if you'd like, it would be nice. And maybe just to, we usually say give us one piece of it, it's something you learned this year, but I'm going to say what's something you're hoping in this year, in this moment. What's your name? I'll hold it.
אני מדבר בעברית, כי
Okay.
אני לא יודע
He's going to speak
אנגלית.
Greek. Shem. Shem
שי.
Shy.
שי אוסמן, כן.
בכמה? בכמה?
בן 67.
67. He's going to be 67 years old. No, it's... מאיפה בארץ? תהיה?
אנחנו מנתניה,
מנתניה.
כן, באזור שם, ולצערנו אנחנו כאן ולא מצליחים להיות בארץ.
Beautiful.
ועם כל זה שאנחנו נהנים כאן, אבל הלב שלנו נמצא בארץ, וחברים, ילדים של חברים שלנו נרצחו, חברים נהרגו שם, ונורא נורא קשה. אנחנו פה כולנו נמצאים, ואני רק רוצה לברך את כל החיילים שלנו שנמצאים עכשיו במלחמה, ואת הפצועים, כל הפצועים הקשים שנמצאים שם, שיגיעו הביתה בשלום, בבריאות, ואת כל הנעדרים שחטפו, אני לא יודע מה להגיד, אבל רוע של נאצים לקחת ילדים זקנים לתוך השבי ובפנים. אני רק מאחל שיחזרו הביתה, שיצליחו להביא אותם בשלום, ואנחנו עוברים תקופה מאוד הכי קשה בעולם.
So I'm not going to translate that whole piece, but I will give you the essence. And so the essence is that he's here with his family, and they're from Netanya, and they've made many losses, and in this war there's a lot of pain, and that he doesn't know what will be. But we're hoping that we can hold on, and I'm now sharing words that to say that in his words there's a lot of pain, but I'm hopeful that he's here feeling that עם המשפחה של בכנסת שלנו, אוקיי? שם, המשפחה שלנו, עכשיו, אוקיי? בסדר. תודה. So, הנה כך, אוקיי? הנה כך. Name, age, thought.
Mike Wagner, turning 44, and just that love prevails over hate.
Beautiful.
Hello. Shabbat Shalom. My name's Lori, and I'm forever 21 times 2 plus 10. And My prayer is for peace.
Thank you.
I'm Natanya Cranford. I'm 48, October 4th, and just to understand what's really important in life.
I'm Julie Gordon, 39, October 1st, and my hope is for healing for all of our friends in Charnegev in Israel.
My name is Celia Fine, and I'm 81 years old. And my thought, as with everyone, is for peace and good Shabbos, everybody.
My name is Rose. I'm 10 years old on October 11th, and I hope for peace in Israel. My name is Kayla. I'm 10 years old, and I hope to end world hunger.
Like that.
My name is John. I'm turning 21 a few times over on October 31st, and I'm hoping for strength and peace.
Beautiful.
I'm Steve. I turned 66 on October 3rd. I'm hoping for peace and more spirituality in my life and to really enjoy the sweetness that life has to offer.
I'm Allison. I turned 58 on the 25th. Peace.
All right. Beautiful.
I'm Stacy Boodman. I just turned 49 on October 5th, and I'm hoping for education and compassion.
Beautiful.
I'm Matthew. I turned 46 yesterday, and my hope is for the strength and stability of my Jewish brothers and sisters at home and abroad.
My name is Michael. I'm approximately 56, and my hope is for peace for all of the people in the land of Israel.
Larissa, 40-something, and hoping for peace between all people.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. And so as we, in this moment, we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'achianu v'kimanu v'higiyanu la'zman hazeh. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, who commands us, sustains us, enables us to reach these moments of joy and blessing. And always we get to say, Yom Huledet Sameach. We get to sing a little bit. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Mazal, and all good things, and health, briut, all of it. Shabbat Shalom.
We begin to close our service with Aleinu L'Shabeach, page 282. Please rise if you're able.
Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol,
Latet Gdula Yotzer Breshit, Shelo Asanu K'oyei Haratzot, Velo Samanu K'mishpachot Ha'adama, Shelo Sam Chalkenu Kahem, Vego Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, V'anachnu Korim U'mishachavim U'modim Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'nemar V'haya Adonai V'melech al kol haaretz Bayom ha'u Yeh Adonai echad U'shemo echad.
seated. Turn to page 294. We remember those in our community, our loved ones. And especially, we remember those who died this week in the land of Israel, brothers and our sisters, for they are in the period of Shiva. And in our community, and when you hear the name of your loved ones, we invite you to rise so that we can comfort you. We remember Eric Winston, husband of Robin Winston and father of Wendy Looper, Adam and Erica Winston, and Josh and Sarah Raful Winston. And Lucille Zemlich, mother of Sherry Zemlich, Clara Overbach, great aunt of Corey Briggs, and Sharon Suchnan, Rosalind Stryker's niece. And we remember Ruth Harris, mother of Nancy Harris and Shelley Ross. We are in the period of Shloshim, 30 days after the burial, for Rabbi Eric Wisnia, Dr. Howard Kay, Cameron Weiss, Alec Fertel, Chedva Supran, and Lucy Kramer. And we remember those who died at this time in years past. Frank Abarbanel, Stephen Edelstein, Sylvia Lever Adler, Fernando Archandieta, Dorothy Levin Aronson, Samuel Ash, Rose Axelrod, Jean Bark, Jeffrey Barnett, Manuel Barth, Colleen Belts, Donald Benjamin, Anna Berman, Hugo Beverstein, Lou Beverstein, Paula Beverstein, and Rose Beverstein, Emmanuel Bilk, Morris Bina, Florence Bloom, Sam Borak, Sadie Braun, Miriam Bryan, Ava Bronstein, Manley Chester, Rabbi Morton Cohn, Carol Cohen, Cheryl Faith Darrer, Morris Douglas, David Drucker, Adele Belson Erdman, Eric Erickson, Marcia May Ferrer, Louis Fireside, Charles Fleming, Laura Friedman, Harold Garfield, Moses Getz, Lillian Gilbert, Doris Klein Getz, Gerald Goodman, Rena Goodman, Ethel Gordon, Stella Gotthelf, Irving Granite, Brant Greenberg, Sylvia Green, Harry Gross, Betty Guterman, Harry Guterman, Louisa Hirschfeld, Joseph Hollander, Leon Kaufman, Kate Kimmel, Morris Kimmel, Tilly Clyde, Harry Clyde, Molly Corhan, David Cupper, Fritz Lavender, Dita Ruth Lawton, Beatrice Lazaro, Rebecca Leonards, Richard Levin, Jesse Lieberman, Irving Marblestone, Charles McCurdy, Harry Nathanson, Martha Newell, Esther Newman, Victoria Black Orden, Hazel Louise Osborne, Irving Paul, Melvin Pollock, Celia Price, Mary Rabiner, Jacob Rappaport, Alfred Rich, Nancy Rose, Gladys Rosen, Samuel Rossoff, Sarah Rossoff, Joseph Rubin, Newton Rudolph, Celia R. Scheckman, Dixie Schumacher, Louis Schwartz, Aaron Schwartz, Ralph Seligman, Gloria Scheinbein, Sylvia Silberman, Ethel Solomon, Irene N. Stein, Sadie Stern, Isidore Streichler, Judith Summers, Irving Sweet, Stephen Tarko, Doug Thompson, Hi Vago, Leslie Wander, Harry Wax, Lieutenant Colonel A. Williams, Goldie Winnicky, and Edna Zeman. Perhaps you've come to say Kaddish for someone whose name I have not called. If you're online, please put the name in the chat, and if you are here as I come around the congregation, please share with us. We rise together as community and recite Kaddish Tome. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei Rabbah, v'alma divrach yirteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'vyomechon, v'chayei d'chol Beit Israel, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lolmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei t'kusha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran v'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all the world, to which we say, Amen. Please put your books down, put your arms around the people you came with, help someone who's with no one, and we join together in Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru
invite you to turn to someone around you next to you, say Shabbat Shalom, your greeting, the Shabbos. As we join together for our motzi, and we join together and we say, Zevri Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.